It's that time of year again, and it's your favorite time for candy. Hello and welcome. It's that time of year again to overlook Halloween candy. What are all of you looking at in the States on what your favorite Halloween candy is? Well, I'm going to go over it and judge it accordingly. Well, this is something that came across my desk, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about it. I am Cindershadow, and I run this pop culture, this Magic the Gathering channel, whatever channel you want to call this. It's for your entertainment, and I hope you guys actually enjoy something like this. I'm going to pick apart everything that I find interesting about the candies that people enjoy today. And hey, I'm going to sit there right along with some of you and probably go, that's okay. I can deal with that. But you know what? If you guys want to sit back and relax and enjoy this one, I hope you do. Anyway, favorite Halloween candy in each state. I haven't seen one of these for Canada, but of course we've only got 38 million people up here in Canada, where there's about 380 million in the United States of America, and most of my audience is in the States, so I figured, you know what, let's just roll with it and do this about the United States. This is a Canadian that's going to talk about the States and how you guys like your candy. First thing first, we're gonna start right at the top in Washington. Really, nerds, you like those little balls? You like those tiny, tiny little balls of candy droppings that are candy coated with the hard shell? Is that really something that you should be enjoying? I don't know. Or is it just gravel in your mouth? Really, it comes down to, what in the world is 100-gram bar from Oregon? I think that, isn't that like an O. Henry? Isn't that like the poor man's O. Henry? Shouldn't you just turn around and get an O. Henry, which, mind you, isn't really that good? California with the Jolly Rancher hard candy. Jolly Rancher is, they're tasty, but they're really, the candy sticks to your teeth. You suck on it for 5 seconds and suddenly it's stuck to the roof of your mouth. I don't know if it's something that you really, really want to have there. Nevada, back with the nerds. Well, I guess all you have there is sand. So I guess if you're going to eat dirt, you might as well eat something that's flavorful like nerds. Then you got Idaho with drums? I don't even know what that is. What the hell is a drum? Seriously, what is a drum? I honestly don't know. I've never even heard of that up here in Canada. I don't even think I've seen that up here in Canada. Baby Ruth in Montana? Well, I'm not a fan of it. Isn't that more like an Eat More or something like that? It's not really that crazy. Not something that I would pick up. It's chewy, it's soft, it's gooey, and it's chocolate coated. Then in Wyoming, you have Swedish fish. Swedish fish in Wyoming. Are you kidding me? You like the little gummy fish? Oh, out of all things in the candy section out there, that just seems kind of odd and out of place. It doesn't seem quite right. Then we've got in Colorado, you guys like black licorice. I'm never going to Colorado because right now you're dead to me. With black licorice is like my most hated candy. I remember growing up as a kid, you'd reach into the candy dish bowl and there'd be all these weird gummies and stuff like that in there, and then you'd pull out this thing and you put it in your mouth and it's got this god awful black licorice taste that just you make you want to spit it out, and you have to down a liter of water just to get that flavor out of your mouth. In Utah, you like Twix? I don't mind a good Twix. Twix isn't too bad. Caramel coated on a cookie crumb with chocolate there. That's not too bad. Kit Kat in both Arizona and New Mexico. That's not terrible. I guess it's time for a break, but only if you break them off. If you're one of those people that sit there and just bite into the middle of a Kit Kat bar, you're absolutely ridiculous. And I think you need to learn how to eat and savor a chocolate bar instead of trying to completely trigger people. Then we come back around to Texas with Jolly Rancher hard candy in Texas. I know you guys like it hard down there, but I guess green apple overall. Oklahoma with the circus peanut. Circus peanuts? What are you, elephants? Seriously, circus peanuts in Oklahoma. I don't know. Kansas with the peanut M&Ms. You're trying to kill every little child that's allergic to peanut butter. I don't eat peanut M&Ms. They just don't agree with me. There's something I can't have. So, of course, I'm going to be just a little bit jealous because you got that candy coating on them. And then we have Kansas with the Tootsie Pop. Yeah, you know, aren't those also known as cowtails or something like that? They're okay. I don't mind Tootsie Pop, but if it's the sucker type of Tootsie Pop where you get to the middle and you have the Tootsie Pop, at least you get two different flavors for the price of one. Snickers in South Dakota, well, you know what, I guess if you're just being that type of person one day and you need something as a pick-me-up and to get back to your regular self, you can have a Snickers. I still don't like them. They're not something that I go out of my way for. North Dakota with Whoppers. Whoppers aren't bad, but they're malted, and just because they're malted doesn't mean they're good. Whoppers, they're okay. I'll have them, but it's there. It's there. Also, now Minnesota and Wisconsin both back to the Twix. I can get behind the Twix. It's not that bad, but you can't put it in ice cream, or can you? Have you ever dipped a Twix in a Frosty? That, I tell you right there, is probably something that's quite good that no one's ever done before. Back to the Tootsie Pop for Iowa. Whatever. Tootsie Pop, they're not the greatest thing out there. And then back to the 100-gram bar. Once again, the 100-gram bar from Missouri, it doesn't have coconut in it. Isn't that coconut flavored, just chocolate coated coconut stuff? Isn't that just disgusting? Okay, Arkansas, we can be on the level. I don't mind the Skittles, the rainbow, whatever you want to call that. But honestly, Skittles, really, they're not bad. I don't mind a good Skittle mix pack. At least you get different flavors in them, and so it actually brightens up your mood. Then we got Starburst in Louisiana. The only thing I hate about Starburst is having to unwrap every single one individually. I know there was the pack out there with the mini Starburst in it, and that's quite entertaining to go through, but ultimately, they're Starburst. They're double coated. You get two flavors for the price of one. Who wouldn't like something like that? Then we're back to Mississippi with the drums. I still don't know what that is. Let me know down below. I don't know what a drum is. They sound absolutely disgusting. Runts in Tennessee. I used to buy Runts by the box, downing the whole thing. But the worst thing in the Runts is the stupid bananas. They're the hardest thing to munch down into. Everyone loves the bananas. I don't. I think they're the worst thing in the Runts, and thus Runts are off my list. Back to the 100-gram bar. Really, Kentucky? I guess you would just want a flavor full of coconut-covered chocolate, whatever you want to call it. Still, not very good. Peanut M&Ms at Indiana. Once again, no. Maybe get into the regular M&Ms or Smarties. I don't even know if you guys have Smarties down there. I think that's a Canadian thing. But peanut M&Ms are just a dead set no. And then next to them, Airheads. Illinois with Airheads. That's a very interesting one. I have a friend that sits there and will buy them almost by the box and just sit there and down one after another. They're like this toffee, but they're not really toffee. They're like the poor man's toffee that you put together. And if you let them sit out too long, they become this hard plastic thing that you can't eat anyway. Maybe you can use it as a ruler, but you know what? I guess it's just a lot of Airheads. Then we move up to Michigan with Kit Kat. Once again, I've told you once, I've told you again, just eat it normally and take a break like a normal person, and we're all good. Then, hey, Ohio with the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I don't know who put it together. I don't know who took chocolate and mixed it with peanut butter. But, there is something about a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. But I prefer Reese's Pieces, maybe in the cup. Have you ever tried one of those Reese's big cups? They're actually fairly sweet and deathly sweet. Then we have the dreaded candy corn. The candy corn should not exist as a candy. This is in West Virginia. You guys like your candy corn? Well, you know what? there's something completely wrong with you. That little white, orange, and yellow corn-shaped candy that should be stricken from existence and taken down and just melted into something else. Maybe make cotton candy out of it. Maybe that'll be fun. I'm not entirely sure. Then from Pennsylvania, Good and Plenty. I think that's that bridge mixture that has that black licorice stuff in it that I absolutely hate, because you guys, you put it in a bowl every time, and every time there's a gathering, you dig into that bowl, and you damn well know you get something that you don't like from it. Reese's Pieces from New York. I guess E.T.'s coming home early because he's going to find his way home through the world of New York. And then we got Vermont with Three Musketeers. That is something I haven't heard of in a long time. Very much like a Mars bar, the Three Musketeers. Not bad, not great. It's very sweet, but ultimately, you know what? I'll let that one slide. Vermont, you're okay here. Then we've got Maine. Or no, sorry, New Hampshire with Milky Way. I'm trying to jump ahead of myself with those drums again. In Maine, I tell you, drums, like, once again, let me know down below. Milky Way, I don't think I've had a Milky Way, or if I have, it's not really a common one here. I think we more have Mars than anything. So Milky Way, I have no comment for from New Hampshire. Then we have Massachusetts, back to the Twix. I tell you, we've got to try it. I'm going to do it on a live stream very soon now that I've mentioned it. I'm going to have to dip a Twix in a Wendy's Frosty, because that's the only way to do it now. Rhode Island Heath Bar. I read that at first as a health bar. I was like, what are we doing? We're getting ready for the gym. We're going to protein it up, go to the gym and have a health bar. No, it's a Heath bar. I don't even know what that is. Heath bar, it really does sound like it's a health bar, and honestly shouldn't be on a candy list. Then we have Connecticut with the good old Kit Kat. Once again, you eat it normally, you're okay in my books. If you don't, then there's something completely wrong with you. New Jersey, you're into the Sour Patch Kids? I wonder if that's the name of someone that I follow on Twitter. Why they go off that name. Sour Patch Kids are okay. They're not quite sour enough for me. They got to be the sour soothers that you get in the big tub. That's the only sour for me. And even then, what we get for sour candies nowadays are not nearly sour enough. Oh, we've got Delaware with Smarties. So you guys do have Smarties down there. It does exist down there. I don't mind the Smarties. You got to eat the blue ones last because that's what they tell you to do. Or is it the red ones? No, I eat the blue ones last and I eat the red ones first, because that's what they tell you. They tell you to eat the red ones last, but you got to eat the blue ones first. I don't. The blue ones last is what I always did. And then we're on to Maryland with Kit Kat once again. You know where I'm standing for that. We've got Crunch Bar down in Hawaii. Isn't that the flat chocolate with like rice puffs in it? Like, Crunch Bar? Really? Crunch Bar. That is a very strange thing I would think of down in Hawaii. You'd think it'd be like a pineapple flavored something, but I guess, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't see Crunch Bar being the national treasure of Hawaii. Like, come on. You get those things anywhere. If you really want to pick up a Reese, or not a Reese, a Rice Puff, make Rice Krispie Squares and then coat it with chocolate. That'll do you probably a lot more better than a simple Crunch Bar. And finally, up in Alaska, the only place that's northern of me, we've got Milky Way, because they're trying to reach out to the stars. Up there being all north and being all alone, they're trying to say to the stars, please, please, let me taste your chocolate. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this. Your Proud Canadian Phoenix signing off. Don't forget to like and subscribe.